One question I have to ask is just about career progression and sort of getting promoted, for example, or moving up the ladder. I think a lot of people would say, and I've had this conversation actually recently on another podcast episode, and it's this idea that if I just do a really good job, if I just really nail it and I build the skill set and I over deliver, then the results speak for themselves. Like why do I need to tell anyone like I'm doing a good job? It's obvious I'm doing a good job. So what do you have to say to that? Because it seems like it seems like that's true in some cases, but maybe it's also not enough.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's absolutely true in some cases, and at the same time, it might not be enough. And I have heard I've seen so many people who are just great at delivering the job, but no one knows about them.
Mm.
When you have this promotion, and I guess we can talk about that later, but when you're having these promotional discussions, if nobody in the organization knows about you, you're really highly unlikely to get promoted, even if you deliver great results. And I think we often underestimate the value of being visible and well connected in an organization. So to get promoted, you really have to promote yourself. You have to talk about your accomplishments, get out there within your organization and industry, and build a supportive network around you. And obviously, you want to do it in a way that feels
Mm.
authentic to you, and that will help you reach your career goals faster. But you also mentioned the reframe
Mm-hmm.
of self promotion, and I think it's very important because I regularly hear, especially
Mm-hmm.
women, but not only women, but women who are very capable, who say something along the lines of, "Oh, self-promotion is part of the same old, BS organizational politics stuff.
Mm.
I don't want to engage in. I don't want to play that game, and I'd rather do great work and let it be noticed over time." So, if the idea of self promotion makes you cringe and want to run the other direction, I just wanted to maybe give a couple of tips for reframing the concept. So, firstly, I would say don't use the term self promotion even in
Mm-hmm.
your own head. It may just sound too pushy, too egocentric, or just annoying to you. So, think about making your work visible instead.
Mm.
That's a much more comfortable framing for many people. And you also need to understand the true value of self promotion. Of course, if you are viewed as a star performer, you can get better job offers or assignments. But it's actually not just about you. When you promote yourself in the right way, it's a win win because your colleagues and managers probably don't have the time to fully understand your interests, talents, and skill set. So if you can make it clear to them where you can
Mm-hmm.
contribute the most, you're making their lives easier and you're helping the company overall. And the second tip is focus on being of greater service. Instead of thinking about promoting yourself, think about the ways that your talents and your work are of service to others. And just get excited about having more impact because that's really what it's all about having more impact. So it's also important to demonstrate your expertise with stories, not
Yeah.
words. So if you just say something like, "I'm great at pitching to investors," that might just sound quite egotistical, but sharing a compelling tale of how you rounded up seed funding allows others to deduce your skill without having to make it explicit. And also, research has shown that when listeners are exposed
Mm-hmm.
to stories, many more sections of their brains light up. They literally like
Mm.
immersed in the
Sure. Yeah.
moment with you, making a far deeper impression. So they may hear your words if you say you're awesome, but telling them a story allows you to feel it for themselves. So I think storytelling is very
Mm.
important.
Yeah. Those are some really powerful reframes.